What if God told you the world would end in 120 years, and only you could prepare for it? Would you believe him? Would anyone else? Before skyscrapers, before empires, before even the pyramids rose from the sand, the world was already dying. Not from war, not from famine, but from wickedness. The earth was soaked in blood and cruelty. What God had once called very good had become a nightmare in his eyes. People no longer loved truth. They hated justice. They twisted everything good into evil. And God looked down from heaven, and grieved. He didn't just see violence in the streets, he saw corruption in every human heart. My spirit will not strive with man forever, he said. The end of all flesh is before me. I will wipe mankind from the face of the earth. The flood was coming, but in the darkness of the world, one man stood out, the last good man. His name was Noah, a husband, a father, a farmer, but most importantly, a righteous man. In a time when no one cared about right or wrong, Noah walked with God. While others mocked, Noah prayed. While others cheated, Noah gave. While others broke every boundary, Noah kept his heart clean. And God saw him. Noah has found favor in my eyes. So God gave him a task. One that sounded crazy. One morning, in the silence of a dew-covered field, God spoke. Noah, build a boat. But not just any boat. A massive ark, longer than a football field, taller than a 4-story building, made of gopher wood and sealed with pitch. Because I am going to bring a flood on the earth to destroy all life. Everything with the breath of life will perish. But you and your family, will be saved. God gave Noah the full blueprint, the size, the floors, the window, the door, even the instructions for the animals, 2 of every kind, male and female, plus 7 pairs of clean animals for sacrifice and food. And Noah believed him. He picked up his tools and started building. Day after day, week after week, a man in the middle of dry land building a ship the size of a small stadium. No rivers nearby. No oceans in sight. No clouds in the sky. People came from miles around, not to help, but to laugh. Hey Noah, expecting a flood in the desert? Did your God say it would rain fish too? You're wasting your life, old man. They pointed. They mocked. They scoffed. But Noah kept building. One plank at a time. One nail at a time. One prayer at a time. For 120 years, he preached righteousness. He warned them. No one listened. No one repented. Then one day, something strange happened. Before the sky darkened, before the ground trembled, before a single drop fell, the animals came, 2 by 2, lions and lambs, bears and birds, insects, lizards, oxen, elephants, dogs, goats, eagles, peacocks, jaguars, marching toward the ark. Calm, quiet, obedient. Noah didn't have to chase them. God had called, and they came. The people stared, confused and wide-eyed. But still, they didn't believe. Noah gathered his sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, along with their wives and his own wife. They stood at the base of the ark as the last animal entered. And then, God shut the door. Not Noah, not a man. God himself sealed the entrance. And the moment he did, the sky changed. It began with a rumble. Faint, distant, like thunder buried under the mountains. Then the sky split open. Rain poured in sheets. Not drizzle, not storm. A deluge. And not just from above. The Bible says, the fountains of the deep burst open. Water exploded from the ground, rivers bursting from beneath the earth, geysers roaring, lakes multiplying. The ocean swelled. Valleys filled. People screamed and scattered. They ran to the hills. They clawed at trees. They pounded on the ark's door. Noah, open up. We believe you now. But the door would not open. Because mercy had ended. And judgment had begun. The rain didn't stop. 40 days and 40 nights, It poured. Cities vanished beneath waves. Temples collapsed. Palaces drowned. All the power, pride, and arrogance of mankind washed away. Inside the ark, it was dark. Noah could hear the roar outside, the pounding rain, the rushing water, the howls of people and beasts. But they were safe, floating above judgment. After the storm, then silence. No more rain. No more screams. Just the sound of water. And waiting. The Bible says the flood covered the earth for 150 days. But Noah didn't just wait for the rain to stop. He waited for the ground to dry. He sent out a raven, which flew back and forth. Then a dove, which returned, empty. 7 days later, he sent the dove again. This time, it brought back an olive leaf, a sign of peace, a sign of hope, a sign that life was returning. Then he sent the dove once more, and it didn't come back. The earth was ready, but Noah didn't move. He waited until God said, "Come out of the ark, you and your family, and bring out every living creature with you." The ark rested on Mount Ararat. The door opened, and the world smelled like rain and soil and silence. No cities, no roads, no noise, just mountains, wind, and a new beginning. The animals scattered, filling the earth again. And Noah, he did something unexpected. Before he built a house, before he built a fence, he built an altar and worshipped. He offered sacrifices of clean animals, and God smelled the aroma and made a promise. Never again will I curse the ground because of man, even though every intention of the human heart is evil from youth. Never again will I destroy all living creatures. Then he set a rainbow in the sky, saying, "This is the sign of my covenant between me and the earth. Whenever the rainbow appears in the clouds, I will remember my promise." Noah lived 350 years after the flood. He saw his sons multiply. He saw nations rise from their families. But the world was never the same. Because one man believed God when no one else did. One man obeyed when the world mocked him. One man built an ark with no sign of rain. And through him, God preserved the human race. The story of Noah is not just about animals and rainbows. It's about faith in the unseen. It's about obedience in the face of mockery. It's about judgment and mercy. It asks a question that echoes through history. What do you do when God warns you, and no one else believes it? Because Noah didn't wait for evidence. He didn't wait for clouds. He built the ark with faith, not fear. And when the flood came, he didn't just survive. He inherited the earth. Don't forget to like, comments and share, and also don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Thank you.